Did you know that what you eat for breakfast might be quietly working against you, damaging the very muscles and blood vessels that keep you strong, energized, and confident as a man? Especially if you're over 60 and noticing signs like weaker erections, lower energy, or even a strange numbness below the belt, it's easy to blame aging. But here's something most men never hear: age may not be the true culprit. Your morning meal, what you eat or don't eat when you start your day, could be the real reason. See, most men don't realize their breakfast is either setting them up for better circulation or slowly cutting off blood flow to their most important areas. And even more surprising, many are missing out on one simple, everyday food that could help restore blood flow and muscle function naturally. I'm Dr. Laura, a men's health specialist with over 30 years of experience helping men overcome the challenges of age-related performance decline. I've worked with thousands of men who assume that their intimacy issues or energy loss were just part of getting older. But in many cases, we found a very different story and a much more hopeful solution. Here's the truth: your body wants to repair itself. It wants to restore blood flow, rebuild muscle, and bring vitality back to areas that may feel like they've been fading. But you have to give it the right tools. And those tools don't come in the form of a pill or a prescription, they come from food. Real food. Foods you probably already have in your kitchen right now. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 incredibly simple yet powerful foods you can start eating in the morning to improve circulation, strengthen pelvic muscles, and feel more confident again, without the side effects of medication. And stay with me until the very end, because I'll also share one unusual food combination that's helping men feel results in less than a week. Let's get started. But first, if you're serious about reclaiming your vitality and supporting your body from the inside out, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. I share practical, science-backed tips designed specifically for men over 60. And if this video speaks to you, type 1 in the comments. If it doesn't, type 0. I read every response because your feedback helps me tailor this content to your exact needs. 1. Whole eggs, nature's circulation starter. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked yet powerful foods for male circulation: whole eggs. Yes, eggs. Something you've likely had in your fridge for years, maybe even decades. But chances are, you've never truly understood how this humble food can directly support your circulation, your energy, and yes, even your performance. I've lost count of how many men over 60 have come into my office frustrated, confused, even embarrassed. Doc, they say, things just aren't working the way they used to. They assume it's just part of aging. But when I ask them what they eat for breakfast, the answer is almost always the same: just coffee, maybe a piece of toast. Here's the problem: your body is waking up depleted. Your muscles, especially the ones in your lower body and pelvic floor, need specific nutrients to function. And coffee alone just doesn't cut it. That's where whole eggs come in. Not just the whites, the whole egg, yolk and all. Because the yolk is where the magic happens. Inside the golden center, you'll find a powerhouse of nutrients: vitamin D to support testosterone production, B12 for nerve health, choline for brain function, and leucine, a key amino acid that helps rebuild muscle tissue, including the deep, often ignored pelvic floor muscles that support erections, bladder control, and balance. I had a patient, Richard, 67 years old, who hadn't had morning wood in over 2 years. Just a few weeks after adding 2 whole eggs to his morning routine, nothing fancy, just boiled eggs, he called me sounding almost shocked. "Doc, I woke up like I was 40 again." This isn't a miracle. It's biology. It's what happens when you feed your body the raw materials it needs to function, especially during the critical first hour of the day when your hormones, blood vessels, and muscles are primed for restoration. So if you're still skipping breakfast or reaching for sugary cereals, start here. 2 whole eggs, cooked however you like. Give your lower body the fuel it's been waiting for. 2 oats with chia seeds, the artery cleanser. Now let's talk about another breakfast combo that can make a dramatic difference in just a few weeks. Oats topped with chia seeds. You might think of oats as a boring food, but when it comes to heart and artery health, especially circulation to the groin area, they're nothing short of a superfood. Oats contain a special kind of soluble fiber called beta-glucan. This fiber doesn't just help lower cholesterol, it actively works to clean out the walls of your blood vessels, helping oxygen-rich blood reach the muscles and tissues that matter most. Add chia seeds to the mix, and you're creating a circulation-boosting powerhouse. Chia seeds are loaded with plant-based omega-3s, magnesium, potassium, and other nutrients that help reduce inflammation, relax blood vessels, and support healthy blood flow throughout your body, including where you need it most. I remember a patient named Henry. He came in feeling defeated, low energy, heaviness in his legs, and intimacy that had all but disappeared since he retired. His breakfast: a bowl of sugary cereal and a glass of juice. I had him replace that with warm oats, chia seeds, a few blueberries, and a dash of cinnamon. Within 2 weeks, he told me his legs felt lighter. Within a month, he was sleeping better and feeling more alive, both during the day and under the sheets. You don't need to overthink it. Start with half a cup of rolled oats, cook them in water or milk, and top with a tablespoon of chia seeds. Let them sit a few minutes so the chia gels up. That's where the magic is. Add berries and cinnamon for flavor, and you've got a breakfast that supports blood flow, muscle function, and heart health all in one. 3. Watermelon, the natural bedroom fruit. Next up is one you might not expect: watermelon. Yes, the same fruit you associate with barbecues and summer picnics. But what you might not know is that watermelon is one of the most underrated natural tools for male performance. That's because it contains an amino acid called L-citrulline, which your body converts into L-arginine. And that's a big deal because L-arginine boosts nitric oxide production, the very compound that relaxes and opens your blood vessels, allowing for better circulation throughout your body, especially to the groin. This is the exact same pathway used by medications like Viagra, but instead of using synthetic drugs, you're fueling your body naturally. One of my favorite stories comes from a patient named Bill. He laughed when I told him to eat watermelon in the morning. "Doc, I thought that was just a summertime snack." But 2 weeks later, he called me, half laughing, half amazed. I don't know if it's the watermelon or the fact that I'm finally eating breakfast, but something's definitely waking up down there. For best results, eat a few slices of watermelon on an empty stomach before your main breakfast. And here's a tip: don't toss the white part of the rind. That's where the highest concentration of L-citrulline lives. You can blend it into a smoothie or chew it if you don't mind the texture. Your blood vessels will thank you. 4. Steamed sweet potato with Celtic salt, the circulation stabilizer. Now this one surprises a lot of men: steamed sweet potato with a sprinkle of Celtic sea salt. It sounds simple, but it's incredibly effective. When you wake up in the morning, your muscles are depleted. Your blood vessels are thirsty for minerals. Your nerves need stability. This combo delivers all of that. Sweet potatoes are rich in complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly and steadily. No sugar crashes, no jitters. That steady fuel helps your muscles perform, your brain focus, and your energy levels stay balanced all morning. Celtic sea salt, unlike processed table salt, contains over 80 essential trace minerals, things like magnesium, calcium, and potassium, which help regulate blood pressure, nerve signaling, and muscle contractions. I had a patient named Thomas, 70 years old, who told me his legs felt heavy, his groin ached, and he needed to hold onto furniture just to get out of bed. We added a small steamed sweet potato with a pinch of Celtic salt to his mornings. Within a few days, he called me, "Doc, I don't know what you did, but I feel like my legs came back to life." Sometimes it's the simplest foods, eaten with intention, that have the biggest impact. Steam half a sweet potato, sprinkle with a tiny bit of sea salt, and eat it slowly. You'll feel grounded, fueled, and ready for the day. 5. What you need to do starting today, turning knowledge into action. Now that you know what to eat, eggs, oats with chia, watermelon, sweet potatoes, there's just one more step. You have to take action. If you've watched this far, I already know something about you. You care. You're not coasting through life. You're still in the game. And that's exactly what your body needs. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, don't skip breakfast. Pick one of the foods we talked about and eat it within the first hour of waking up. Start small. Be consistent. You don't need to be perfect. Just begin. Because every morning you eat with purpose is another brick in the foundation of better blood flow, stronger muscles, and more energy where it matters most. And within a week, you might notice something: a lighter step, a warmer sensation in your lower body, more stable energy, a spark you haven't felt in years. 6. Final message: your next chapter starts at breakfast. Here's what I want to leave you with: aging doesn't take away your strength. It only takes what you stop fighting for. And you don't have to give up on intimacy, confidence, or vitality, because those things aren't gone. They're just waiting for the right fuel to come back to life. You now know what to eat. You know when to eat. You know why it matters. The next chapter of your life, the one where you feel strong, steady, and capable again, doesn't start with a pill. It starts with breakfast. Your body is still listening. It still wants to heal. All it needs is for you to say, "Let's begin."